Howdy, folks. This is Val Mike here, and I'll just vamp for a little bit until some people can join up. Right now, I'm trying to basically check on a video I was rendering that took me all week to freaking make. But I'm having issues with DaVinci because it's just too much of a advanced program for this POS computer. So yes, I want you to search. There we go. Okay. Where are you, though? There we go. Oh, that's where I saved it. Oops. Apparently, I saved it in the little section where I made the beard shaving video. That's why I'm like, I can't find the damn thing. Yes. Good morning, Richie. And yes, there are plenty of dogs barking this morning. Neighbor's dog is barking at some strays. So I just want to see how it turned out a little bit. Turn it down. Basically, I made a mistake with this. I started rendering it on Thursday, and then it was telling me that it was going to take 3 hours. So I waited 3 hours, and by the time it was after through the 3 hours had passed, it had said it still required 3 hours. So I just closed the laptop, and I left it sit until yesterday, and it started rendering again last night when I got back with Mrs. Vile, and yeah, of course now I got an airplane, so dogs and now airplanes, wunderbar. But if you want to see, it's not quite back yet, Richie. But that's 2 weeks of not shaving. Was I drunk when I titled the live stream? Do you get the joke, Jordan? Yeah, it should be fully back by another 2 weeks. So yeah, it only takes me a month to to regrow a beard to its previous length. He gets half the joke. Okay, Jordan, it's CNA stream 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How you doing, Elihu? How was Vegas? You got to turn off your own microphone.
Now you can hear me.
I get 25% of the joke. Well, between you and Jordan, I guess 75% of the joke has been figured out.
I only get 42% of the joke.
Oh, that means between the three of you, it's over 100%. So.
Sorry.
Jordan says he's too sober for this. Well, there's easy ways to fix that.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I have alcohol in my fridge.
Why don't we?
Go figure. I finally saw Clerks 3.
You're lucky I haven't seen it yet. We all get the same part of the joke. The whole joke, Jordan, is the fact that it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's it. That's the whole joke.
If you have to explain the joke, it's not worth it.
I still thought it was funny. Especially when I made it last night, because I didn't make it till we got back. It was her boss's 55 or 55th birthday party. We didn't get back till almost 11. So, but yeah, how was Vegas?
Fun. Hot.
Fun and hot. That's it. You could say the same thing about a prostitute. Come on, I need more information.
Never stay at the Strat.
Never stay at the Stratosphere?
Yep.
I never wanted to. You always book off strip.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, but hey, it's what they got me.
How you doing, Indy? If you want to go ahead and join up, links in the pinned in the chat. Even after he explained the joke, I still don't get it. Maybe he's the same problem. He's too sober.
Well, one of the good things about not being allowed to smoke marijuana on the property is I got a free beer.
Yeah, I saw you post that on Twitter. I thought that was kind of weird.
I was like, okay, yeah, thanks, man. No problem. Hey, cool. Drunk kids.
You assume it was a kid?
Well, they look like college kids.
Oh, college kids. Okay.
Yeah.
And how you doing, Yvette?
Hey, Yvette.
I will try to do one of the Jeopardy suggested games this week. I don't think I actually want to do them on Sunday, though. It's just this stream has been doing it for over 2 years on Sundays. I don't really want to mess with this stream, even though it started on this stream. You know what I mean? So I got to figure out a day where I can actually do it.
How about Sunday?
This is Sunday.
Oh. I'm not awake yet.
Are you having the same issue that I'm having, or I had last week, where I thought it was Monday on Sunday?
My life is a corn album. I got issues.
I don't just have issues. I've got full magazines.
Oh, cancel your subscription. Yeah, I should have stayed at the Rio or something else besides the Stratosphere.
Rio sometimes is expensive. Not that I don't enjoy it, but I'm never staying at Circus ever again because I fear for my life. Excalibur was okay, Luxor was okay, MGM was okay, but the most fun I ever had was when I was at an off-strip hotel. Ones that don't really have names.
They totally ruined Luxor.
What did they do to Luxor?
They have a huge advertisement on one side that says America's Got Talent, another one that says Bud Light.
I'd have to see it to understand what you're talking about.
The Luxor is supposed to be black solid pyramid on all four sides. Nope. Now they have advertisements on it.
Oh, that's stupid. Indy's working on a Federation credits video today. Want to talk about that, Indy? Because I have no idea what you're talking about. I mean, I get Federation, I get credits, and I get video, but I need more understanding. And Yvette wants to know, how was the helicopter ride up the strip?
Didn't take it.
Oh, why not?
Well, because the bus took 55 minutes to get down there, and as soon as I walked into the terminal, the flight was taking off. The lady was trying to be nice and saying I can get on the next flight if I show my mobile ticket. I didn't have a mobile ticket. My phone was waterlogged. I couldn't get on the next flight.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so it's not an independent tour company. I cannot get a full refund or any partial refund.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so it took me another 45 minutes to get back down the strip. Like fucking egg.
So I'm guessing that also means you didn't do the donkey ride down the Grand Canyon?
It was raining. It was too muddy. Not safe for anyone.
Man.
So, yeah.
This trip got fucked over for you. Did you win any money at least?
$11.
$11.
I'm not a gambler. I mean, I saw the fountains. I saw the volcano show, the power show. Yeah, but I'm not a gambler.
Well, maybe you could give some advice to Mrs. Vile when she goes next month about what not to do.
Do not play any slot machines that are TV, movie, or game show themed. Do not play any right by the front door.
The video is about proof that the Federation citizens get paid and spend money within the Federation. Then I will look forward to that, Indy, because I've always thought that the moneyless society aspect of the Federation was always kind of stupid. Because as much as we want to have people sound enlightened back then, as much as Roddenberry wanted to, you need to have some sort of incentive for your work hours. And I think maybe the people within the Federation or like within Starfleet can get away with not really getting paid per se, because everything's getting provided for them. You know, their healthcare, their food, lodging, anything that they want, they can pick up. But whenever they interact with a society that isn't like that, they have to have some sort of currency, or at least some sort of rate of exchange. And it would make sense to have some sort of medium for that. That would be a Federation standard. And if you're talking about credit by that, that makes sense.
Obviously, you didn't watch the last episode of Lower Decks.
Which one was that? Because I watched, I think, the first 5.
DS9.
No, I haven't seen that one yet.
Okay.
Richie also says it sounded like you need to take a vacation from your vacation.
Yeah, flight is at 6 o'clock in the morning. Have to make sure I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning the next day to check in order to get my seat. You have to Georgia trying flying Southwest. They have no assigned seats, but you have to check in early to get a good seat. If you don't check in early, you get a shitty seat.
Well, Richie points out that tribbles were for sale for credits for a drink. I'm guessing he's talking about
that's exchanging. What Mudge is traded in for. That was his deal. It wasn't actually the set price.
And not only that, in Next Generation, Encounter at Farpoint, Beverly buys fabric and has it sent to the ship with her account being charged. So obviously there's some sort of monetary things going on. Yeah, and definitely Harry Mudd was in business to make money. He was selling women at one point.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to come up, Indy, and argue your point, I could try to take the opposite perspective, even though I agree with you, and we can argue about it.
There's always been some incentive to do some kind of work. Even in ancient Egypt, the builders of the pyramids were paid in ale to work.
Well, they are also paid in food or other lodging.
Mm-hmm.
So they were paid in other things. And they actually were paid in gold as well. It wasn't just beer, essentially, that they were paid in.
Yeah, and the higher up workers were also paid in afterlife riches. Get the crops buried with the pharaoh, which some were, which is a great incentive back then. There's always an incentive to get paid to do something,
Yeah. The whole point of slaves building the pyramids was kind of inaccurate because one of the few things that we've recovered in very large quantities are actually accounting records from ancient Egypt. Because
Yes, there
apparently
were.
you can't get away from bureaucracy even in ancient Egypt.
There were some slaves who built the pyramids, but it's not all. Everybody built the pyramid was a slave.
Yeah, most of them were skilled labor.
Yeah,
because you got to have the skilled labor to do all that stuff. One of the funniest things that I've read, and I can't remember where I read it, and take this with a huge grain of salt, was one of the only references to Judaism in any ancient Egyptian texts that we've recovered was not anything about them being slaves, but was actually about them being mercenaries. And they actually, basically, they were in the area because the Egyptians hired them to work in part of the army, and they ended up not paying them.
not wise.
And that may have led to the idea of the Exodus. But again, take that with a huge grain of salt, because I can't remember where I read it or anything like that. So, Richie says it wasn't really until TNG that Roddenberry tried to push the idea that money was no longer used, but that idea didn't hold true for very long. Yeah, as I said, I think it's kind of like people in the current military. A lot of them don't really spend that much money of their own, even though they're getting paid. It's just going into their accounts, or that's going back home, or something like that. While there, a lot of their stuff is taken care for by the military, but they can spend some of their own money to make improvements, like buy certain gear, or uh, spend money on an actual dinner or something. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like what we see in Trek.
Go out to the bar with your friends on shore leave.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Risa, get laid. Come on. Buy a horta.
Buy a horta? That's a sentient being. You're saying you're gonna buy another sentient being?
Whatever that little statue that everybody told Picard the
Horgon. That was a Horgon.
I was close, okay?
Do you think they named that thing intentionally? That a statue for sex is called a whore gone?
I don't know why I was thinking horta.
Probably because they both start with whore.
Probably.
H-O-R, not W-H-O-R-E.
Damn language. Oh. Well, today is Avery Brooks' birthday.
Well, we can easily say happy birthday to him. I'm sure he watches. I mean, come on, everybody watches the CNA stream, so I'm sure he's there somewhere in the chat. He just likes to be quiet.
Yeah, listen, Marissa's watching. She can pass a lot of messages along.
And Flint, Richie's also pointing out that Flint was so wealthy he bought an entire planet, Requiem for Methuselah. Says Lower Decks is a member berry show. If they don't beam a bunch of pregnant tribbles on a Klingon ship, I'm gonna smack the writers. I would argue that you're probably right, Jordan, about Lower Decks being a member berries show, but I would say it's a member berries show done right, because everyone that I know of that I interact on a real world level in person likes Lower Decks. All the Trek fans that I know. Oh, someone else is trying to come up. How you doing, Indy?
I'm doing pretty good. How are y'all?
Oh, do you want to load up an avatar? Because it looks like it's not showing up for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure why, but okay. Let me see if how do you do that?
You don't have to, but
I don't know how. Under settings, maybe I don't know. Camera.
Click the little 3 dots where it says edit edit audio,
edit name or
edit audio avatar.
Oh, I didn't kick him, I swear.
Yeah. You know, I just looked through it, and the Clerks 3 convenience tour is happening tonight in Balboa Theater.
Yeah, I know. And I tried to get tickets because a friend of mine works at the Old Globe Theater here. And I thought maybe she could get me some tickets to it. And she's like, no, I can only get you tickets for the Old Globe. And it's just kind of funny that the Old Globe Theater is in Balboa Park. The Balboa Theater is not in Balboa Park.
I cried. I love the movie. I cried.
Oh, I've always thought that the Clerks movies were really good. The second one, oh my god. I don't think I've laughed so hard the first time I've watched a movie ever in my life until Clerks 2.
Dude, I think you will enjoy Clerks 3. Oh my gosh, I was very, very, very impressed with well done, Kevin Smith. Wow.
And not Ryan Johnson. Hopefully you saw the message I sent you on Twitter choosing some Jet Nerdy categories, because you get 15 of them. And if you want to put them in the chat, I'll add them to the list. I can bring up the list real quick. And now that I've got the first episode, I'm trying to get 3 episodes made for the D&D thing, and then I'll release all 3 of those at the same time. And then I'll start working on Jet Nerdy games. Okay, he says he saw it. No bueno, Andy?
I'm still trying. Oh, there you are. There you are. Okay.
Physically or mentally?
Let's see. Now that I've done that, let me make sure I get back.
Uh-oh. Well, just so you guys know, I'm going to reread all the ones that have been submitted so far. We have Red Dwarf, The Prisoner, Indiana Jones, the worst one, Star Wars Episode 4, Episode 5, and Episode 6, NCIS, just the original series, Star Trek, the animated series, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Star Trek movies. What?
We're talking about NCIS original Paula Peretti. Oh.
Okay. I'm just gonna forget all about trying to add my avatar.
Okay.
We know you're there, man.
It's too technical for me.
Hey, we know you're there. It's too early, okay?
You know, Elihu, I also gave you a game, and you never told me what you wanted.
Oh, shit. What was it? I forgot.
That's what I'm saying. You haven't told me.
Oh, shit, dude. I don't know.
Didn't get a
Please
chance
let there
to
be no arguments
respond.
on your stream. I had enough from Salty and Darren going back and forth on Salty's channel.
Oh my
Yeah, I
God.
noticed he'd ended his stream 3 minutes before I started setting up mine this morning.
Yeah, I started that fight too. Unfortunately, I made a joke about flat Earth, and
Oh, God.
Darren is lurking in the back. So as soon as I said something about that, it's like suddenly the whole conversation is ganging up on Darren about flat Earth. I actually apologized to Darren about that and tried to change the subject by saying unicorns are just double stuffed unicorns.
I never apologize to any members of the anti-secular planetary society.
Well,
Oh, and Richie reminds me, Elihu, that he donated 2 of his 5 games to you, or 2 of his 10 games to you. So you get actually 3.
Oh boy, I gotta actually do something called thinking. Gee, thanks a lot, man.
somebody should do a Nichelle Nichols Jet Nerdy category.
Well, one of the ones, let's see, we have one of the ones Richie actually has is Women of Star Trek. So we could have an entire category that's nothing but Nichelle Nichols.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that is good. Because people make fun of her, but people make fun of the character. But I mean, you watch the show, and she's like the most competent bridge officer outside of Kirk and Spock.
Pretty much, yeah.
But she got typecasted. That's the thing about her. She got typecasted. She cannot have to play another role besides.
Well, I'm going to finish going over the ones that have been said so far, so we don't have any repeats. We have Star Trek Deep Space Nine, TOS movies, Women of Futurama, Simpsons seasons 1 through 10. We have, I said the Women of Star Trek. We have Firefly, Breaking Bad, Altered Carbon, Supernatural. I try to figure out who actually put that one on the list.
Oh, that was LDG.
Doctor Who, but only Tom Baker. Blake 7. The original miniseries.
Wow.
The original Reanimator. Shadow Children by Margaret Peterson Haddix. Farscape, and that's it so far. I don't have not Ryan Johnson's games. I don't have Dandelion's games. I don't have Jedi Bill's games. I don't have Elihu's games. I don't have Mrs. Vile's game yet because she hasn't figured out what she wants to see yet. And there's 2 other games from someone else that donated, but I can't remember who they are, and they're not related to their real name. And I don't want to say their name I don't want to accidentally dox them.
Right. Yeah. Good idea. So anyway, my video is going to try to prove that not only do Federation citizens get paid money, well, not money, currency, money and currency not being equal, in the form of a Federation credit, but that they actually use it inside the Federation to pay other citizens of the Federation for goods and services. And one of the strongest arguments for that is the scene in Trouble with Tribbles, where 2 Federation citizens are haggling over the price of tribbles.
Well, I would say that there's probably just one form of currency, like a standard credit, but I would consider it basically the same as money. It is a medium of exchange. It might not be a chit or a bill or a coin, but it still would count as some sort of currency.
Right. The reason you want to the reason that you want to distinguish money from currency is because Kirk said it in Star Trek 4 that they don't use money. So you need to distinguish currency from money in the video.
Okay, so yeah, everything would be a form of credit.
So it's goods and services, paid rent
Yeah.
for goods and services. What are you
Yeah.
getting paid?
So it's some form of currency. It may even be electric current. It could be that direct exchange of electricity as a form of payment. Because let's face it, electricity can be stored, it can be transferred,
Oh,
it can be.
that's what I've argued that cryptocurrency is essentially is
Yeah.
you're the only monetary or the only thing that you can attribute value to it is the amount of electricity used to create it.
Right. Yeah. And electricity can be used to do work. So it's kind of a perfect exchange medium, you know, in that sense. So, but yeah, Federation citizen. People keep saying, "Oh, well, Picard said this." Picard said, "No, he didn't. He did not say that there was no money. He said the economics of the 24th century are different." And he doesn't go into specifics. He dodges the question, how much does he get paid? He dodged that question. He didn't answer the question at all. He changed the subject.
Yeah, and I could easily see someone, especially like Picard, doing something like that because he's kind of that golden age era captain who thinks the Federation can do no wrong and probably thinks that a medium of currency exchange for labor is probably not a Federation ideal, so he would kind of bypass it.
Right. Plus, he's rich, and the rich today will not talk about how much money they earn. That's a taboo subject for people who are rich.
Hola, Miss
All right.
Cordenas.
I was gonna say, hold on, everybody. Mrs. Vile's in the chat, so say hi to Mrs. Vile.
Hi,
Babe,
Mrs. Vile.
Hola.
babe, I left you a cup of coffee on your little computer desk by the bed. Hopefully you saw it by now. So,
Yeah.
because I made myself coffee and I made her coffee.
Yeah. Not good. So,
Dog by now.
those are my arguments, of course, Flint being rich, Kirk saying you've earned your pay for the week. People say that's a euphemism. A lot of people argue, oh, well, that's a euphemism. It's not really true. Well, yes, it is. It's true.
Well, I can easily see it that specific comment being made both in jest and not in jest. It's like
yeah.
Going up to a what is it called? What is it called when someone has a open bar? Is it just an
open tab?
Yeah, like going to someone has an open bar and saying, "Oh, let me buy you a drink."
Yeah. But there's that. Like you say, Beverly charges her fabric purchase. Janeway talks about when Tuvok bought his meditation lamp, which he bought from a Vulcan master. The Vulcan master doubled the price. So even in the 24th century, or whatever it is, there's still the argument that people are getting paid something.
And I would completely agree with you. I know I said I'd take the devil's advocate position, but since we had someone complaining about that, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
there's got to be some form of, like you said, credit that they're getting. It might not be like I highly doubt, especially with the lack of pockets that they seem to have, that they have any form of physical currency.
Yes. There is no physical currency. I mean, even today, we can see the beginnings of it today. Like you say, there's cryptocurrency. Most of my bills I've set up so that they get paid out automatically. The only ones that I can't get paid out automatically are the ones that vary over the months, like my gas and my electric bill.
Or your
You know,
rents.
they're not standard. But I don't pay that money. The bank pays that money. You
Yeah.
know, like
Pays
my
it for you. That's a
mortgage,
transaction for you. You just
yeah,
don't pay.
Yeah,
right.
all my larger expenditures are paid directly from my bank account. All my smaller expenditures, I try to do more of cash, especially
Right.
on certain areas like. I know this is stupid, but like when I get gas, sometimes I specifically will try to pay in cash
Yeah.
because of that stupid 35-cent or a 25 to 50-cent fee that a lot of gas stations will apply if you pay with debit or credit.
Oh my God, that's insane. It's like 5 cents here if you
Yeah,
pay with a
depending on
card.
your gas station, it could be anywhere between 25 and 50 cents for them to charge your credit card or your debit card.
Dude,
Wow.
do you think that's
And
bad? Do you think that's bad? I try to get the cash at the ATM at the casino. They charge $8 to $9 for a service fee at the casino.
okay, but
Just,
that's a
just
casino, dude. They're trying to gouge you.
Yeah, they're there to take your money.
Yeah. And if you take too much of their money, that's when you have some big guy comp you a room and tell you you need to leave the table you're at, or else he's going to break your legs.
Yeah, just like in the last episode of Lower Decks. And
Oh,
and
sorry, I haven't seen that last episode. I'm talking about
oh,
from experience, Indy.
oh, okay. Well,
that was funny when Boyer said the quark. That was funny.
yeah. Hey, Boimlers and quarks. That's all we're gonna say.
That was funny.
But yeah, that was funny.
I might have to watch that after the stream then.
You got it, man. It's funny.
was
The
pretty
ending
good.
was very funny.
So, yeah, I mean, that's what the next video is going to be about. I want to start reviewing the original series because everybody seems to be doing that, and it seems to be pretty popular to have people actually sitting there and reviewing the series.
Be right back. I need to make some coffee.
Well, me and the eldest Vile child did it primarily because it was something for her and I to do.
Yep, I remember.
Got to see her, and when she kind of just got bored with it, which is why we
Yeah.
stopped.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I miss that actually. I do miss. I miss you and the child doing this original series.
Well, right now what we're doing is the last two D&D sessions that we had. We're doing a one shot that based on one that someone else created, which I will be giving their attribution.
Okay.
And I'm the DM, and it's her and three of her friends. And I just finished rendering the first video last night. Well, at least the first stage of the first video. I still got to add a couple of things to it. And I'm going to try to make 2 to 3 episodes out of each 2-hour record.
Okay.
And so I want to get the first 3 episodes done before I release it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
The only problem is I have one mic to record it off of. And we got 5 people in a room.
Yeah, that's, unless you got an omnidirectional mic, it's kind of hard to pick up everybody's voice, that's for sure.
And this is not really an omnidirectional mic, but as long as you're in front of it, it's it picks up quite a bit. I mean, hell, you guys can probably still hear the dogs barking, and they're far, far away.
Yeah. Well, I can't hear any dogs barking right now. But I got a Blue Yeti Nano. This was a couple of years ago, I think for like $90. So, and it's got an omnidirectional switch, so you can have it as an omnidirectional mic if you need it to be.
You know, I forgot to show you guys something else. What I got from Vegas. This.
Hold on. Let me.
Domino. What?
Yes.
What is that?
Space time domino.
It's by Kai, and he even autographed it for me. Look.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so guys, buy Domino from Kai, okay?
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah. I bought 3 books myself this couple of weekends ago. And when I was looking at them later, I realized they're all pretty much about the exact same thing. You know, humans are out there colonizing space, and then there's some ancient terror that is discovered.
Would you stop explaining the Expanse, okay?
Well, that was one of the only things I didn't like about The Expanse. Was the whole ancient aliens thing, because that's something every sci-fi franchise does, and I thought they were, trying to keep things to a certain level.
Yeah.
And because Star Trek has done the ancient aliens a couple of times, Stargate is built on that trope, which I give them a pass because it's the foundation of it.
Resident
Yeah.
Alien. Look,
Yeah.
Georgia Tsoukalos was even on the show. Come on.
But I think that Star Trek did it way too often. They went that, they dipped into that well too many times.
Yeah, they have the progenitors, the precursors, the preservers,
yeah,
Empire, Iconians,
the Greek gods,
Star Wars,
South America. I forget
Star Wars. Come on, ancient aliens.
Star Wars also does it, but mostly in the expanded universe. They don't really see a lot of the ancient alien stuff outside of the in the main movies and TV shows too much.
Now, the so much took place in the past.
Now, there is something that fascinates me about ancient civilizations that have passed, but not ones that have come to Earth. It's like, why would they come to Earth? That's so dumb.
Why would we go to another planet? That's so dumb.
I mean, it's not dumb. It's dumb. The reasons that the ancient alien theorists give is the dumb part. It's like, oh, well, they're here to mine our gold. Well, then why is there so much gold left behind? Why aren't they mining the asteroids where there's so much easier to get gold from?
Well, what was explained to me by someone once is the specific kind of gold that they're looking for is monoatomic gold. What that means, don't give a fuck. And apparently, monoatomic gold can only be found on Earth, not anywhere else.
Okay, then how did they start using it in the first place if it's not found anywhere else?
I don't know.
It's like, come on. That's such an easy argument to dismiss. It's like,
actually, there's a signature between Earth gold and space gold is slightly different.
That's what Mike is saying. It's like,
yeah, if you look at the atomic level of gold itself, you can tell if it's from Earth or from space. There's a signature.
That's only because the ones from Earth are pretty much now contaminated with nuclear radiation.
Not all.
Earth is such a wonderful place.
For you, Indy?
Say again?
Is there something going on in the background for you? I hear like some sort of whooshing sound.
That's my coffee pot, sorry.
Oh, it's you, LA. Okay.
I'm making more coffee.
I will forgive it because it's coffee.
Yeah, necessity for this stream, okay? Coffee being made, man.
I didn't think we were that boring.
Well, it's the CNA stream. Coffee's required. Caffeine, nicotine, and alcohol.
Caffeine, alcohol, and nicotine. Yeah.
That's why I'm making more coffee.
I've got my iced tea here, so I've got my caffeine.
I actually have nicotine, caffeine, and alcohol. Go figure. I have 1 can of beer left and a bottle of wine.
That's nice. That's cool.
No, it's rare for me to have alcohol.
I have alcohol. I have so much beer and wine in my refrigerator. I'm having a party to try to get rid of some of it. I had a party on the 4th of July and nobody drank. I'm like, what the hell?
Oh, Kai had beer in his fridge. He totally forgot about it. Damn you, Kai.
Well, what's funny is like at the party we went to last night, I didn't drink because I only drink really to get drunk, or as I said, I'll add some sort of liqueur or spirit to my coffee to make it better tasting.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big drinker unless I'm planning on getting drunk.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'll have the occasional beer, but yeah, I don't want to get drunk anymore. It's just, it's too much of a headache, literally afterwards.
Well, Dandelion, I would. The only point I would argue about that is that means the aliens would be at least 65 million years old, and by the time they got to us now, they'd be either so advanced or not the same alien species anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that is true. I mean, unless you're a young Earth creationist and dinosaurs, lived amongst humans until the 1840s.
Dinosaurs still exist, guys. Look at alligators. Look at sharks. Look at turtles. Look at birds. They still exist.
Hold on. I gotta stop you there, Elihu, before you keep saying stupid shit. No, the only living dinosaurs are birds. The crocodilians evolved before dinosaurs, or at least their lineage evolved before. Same with turtles and all other reptiles. Only birds are living dinosaurs.
Which makes me curious. Do alligators miss the taste of dinosaur?
No, because they don't. On a species level, they haven't existed together for 65 million years.
Yeah. Oh, since I can get a word in now. Hey, everybody.
Hey, sorry about that, George. Well, crocodilians then. Do sharks miss the taste of dinosaur?
Again, on a species level, I'd say no, because none of them have existed nearly that long. But on a as for sharks themselves, sharks are some of the oldest creatures on the freaking planet. One of the jokes that someone made was that it's actually true that sharks have existed on Earth longer than Saturn's rings have existed on Saturn.
Wow.
But that doesn't even begin to really describe it, because sharks have existed before trees on this planet.
That's amazing.
Sharks are freaking old. And yeah, I knew you were joking, Dandelion, but I had to make the point. And Dandelion, I need your suggestions still for Jet Nerdy Games as well.
Well, let me think. Well, there's Space 1999. I don't think that's been touched upon.
Land of the Lost.
There's Space Above and Beyond.
Land of the Giants.
So those are the two things I can think of off the top of my head.
Well, if anyone wants to take those, just send me a message or post it in the chat. Dang it, make a contribution and get roped into extra work. Oh God, I almost read that as a different word for a second.
Whoa, careful, dude.
Yeah, I almost read that as a different.
The A's and the O, yeah. Got right. Whoa, Ray, whoa. Watch how you read these words, man. On that note, I need a toke. I need to wake and bake.
Yeah, I got a question. How good is the movie Psycho?
Which one? The original?
I guess so. I know there's more than one.
Yeah, they remade it with Vince Vaughn as Norman Bates back in the late 90s, I think. But if you're talking about the original Psycho, Alfred Hitchcock, that one's freaking amazing.
Because I figured for Halloween we'd do horror movies for movie night, and I think that's one I picked.
Yeah, but horror movies on Halloween is too much of a basic trope. I like Christmas movies on Halloween. Come on.
It's what I like.
Christmas movies on Halloween. Make it something different.
Well, Nightmare Before Christmas kind of covers it.
Yeah.
Tim Burton.
One of the few movies that can qualify both as Christmas and Halloween. And by few, I mean the only one I can think of.
Scrooged might work.
Fat Man might work as well.
Well, I'm leading up to Loon Lake for the Sunday before Halloween.
Groom Lake, you mean
Loon Lake?
Groom Lake?
Loon Lake.
Oh, Loom Lake. I'm like
from 2019.
Never heard of it.
Me either.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about Groom Lake, and I'm like, you're talking about you're going to go to Area 51?
No, Loon Lake. That was made. That was made from a guy who grew up in my area there, and he made a movie based on the urban legend here, and it's the only movie made in that's been filmed in my hometown.
Well, okay. What's the legend?
This gal who died from diphtheria there, but some fur trader back in 1800s there claimed that she was a witch to drum up business there. So now it's claimed that if you jump over her grave like 3 times, you die and stuff. And her grave's been so vandalized, and then the tombstones, they got tired of fishing the tombstone out of the lake, so they just put that in the county museum.
Wow.
Yeah, but she claims she was a witch and all that, so the guy made a movie based on the urban legend.
That sucks.
You know, I could have took a day trip from Vegas to Roswell, but I decided not to. Yeah, there's an alien, quote unquote, alien tour. I could have went up for $120. I'm like, nah, no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to Grand Canyon.
My nephew lives in Vegas now. I should go out and visit him and do the whole casino. And
Wait, Danny, like you find what terrifying? Cemeteries, tombstones, or urban legends?
I thought it was you mixing up with vowels. That's terrifying.
Yes, mixing up your vowels is definitely terrifying. How you doing, MB?
Good. Just got back from Charleston. That's why I told you I wouldn't be here for the early part of it, because it's our monthly run to the dispensary.
Oh, okay. That's what you meant by that, because I was like, are you talking about your stream, my stream, or something else? Because I'm confused.
Oh, I was talking about yours.
I need specificity or else I get confused.
I was only on my first cup of coffee.
There's a lot of seeds in this strain I have. Shit.
Well, just smoke them with them and have some excitement.
So what do you think about Hugh Jackman coming back for Wolverine and Deadpool 3?
Awesome.
Or are they going to call it there? No. Are they going to call it Deadpool 3? They'll probably call it something else.
No, it's supposed to be Deadpool 3, not a continuation of a brand new movie, according to Ryan Reynolds, which basically means X-Men and mutants were introduced a long time ago when he was in the mansion when it's like, which one, Xavier, McAvoy or Stewart? Timeline's so confusing. Basically means the X-Men and mutants were involved before Kevin Feige actually officially announced it, because you had mutants in Deadpool.
I just like how I thought that teaser was so funny. I'm like, oh god, this is such a Ryan Reynolds move.
We have ideas. Hey, Hugh, you want to be able to play Wolverine Deadpool?
Yeah,
again?
sure.
Sure, Ryan. I love that.
Okay. Here's what I'm hoping, and I realize at this point, because of the hype this has gotten, it'll piss everybody off. I am hoping this is entirely false advertising.
No.
No, I understand that they've talked about signing contracts and everything. I am hoping, though, he does not. Hugh Jackman is in the movie, but he does not play Wolverine.
Yeah, that won't work.
No,
That
seriously.
would never flow.
Here's what I'm hoping happens. Not only does he not play Wolverine, the character, he plays Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine dressed up by Deadpool.
No, what would really be funny is if in the movie, while Wolverine is out doing something else, Deadpool actually runs into Hugh Jackman. And he's like, "What are you doing? Oh, you're Hugh Jackman, right? I got it now." Or you could bring, what was it? Oh no, here'd be a fun one. Here'd be a good one for that. He runs into Carl Uber, and Carl Uber's playing Hugh Jackman.
Ooh, Carl Urban.
Yeah.
Carl Urban?
I realized,
Urban, yeah.
I saw the thing. I saw that, he asked him to play Wolverine one more time. But again, it could be it could be Hugh Jackman within the Deadpool universe being hired by Deadpool to play Wolverine. That would be like some of the best trolling I could imagine. And that's something I want to see. I don't think anyone else wants to see it.
Yeah, probably not.
Because you know me, I love meta humor.
Oh yeah. I was watching. What did I watch?
They have both of them talking on the couch and doing pantomiming, bad lip reading, fighting thing, sitting on the couch. You seen that one?
I want to see how they're going. I want to see how they're. I just want to see what kind of fun way they're going to bring Deadpool in. I can just see it as simply as walking in, just walking on the stage, just walking in, and the opening is like, "Contract's done, guys. I'm officially MCU, bitches." Because that would be something you would see. That, kind of like open it up like this. Deadpool sitting with a bunch of Disney MCU executives, sitting with Kevin Feige, filling out the paperwork.
Well,
I can see something.
As I said, just because it's something I want to see does not mean everyone else wants to see it. And one of the things I'll point to is one of my favorite movies of all time is a movie called The Man from Earth, based on a script.
Oh, yes. Old man. Oh.
The Man from Earth. Breathe, Elihu, breathe.
Oh, yes.
Smoke another one. Toke up another one there, Elihu.
But
I love that movie, Oldman. The play on words. That's a great movie, man.
John Oldman, yeah.
Yeah.
But as I said, it's one of my favorite films of all time. And when I showed it to my best friend, he was like, "I get it. I understand why you enjoy it. This was incredibly boring."
Yeah. I might have to go backstage here in a little bit here. I can't figure out why my image ain't loading up on Paint there so I can make a thumbnail.
What did I watch on Netflix that I liked that other people really didn't like recently?
Well, for some reason, a lot of the shows I seem to like, some people seem to hate with a passion, and I don't get it.
Yeah. MB, I think you're talking about Monsters.
Yes, the Monsters.
Oh,
I actually found that to be quite hilarious.
No, that sucked. I got bored after Lily finally met Herman.
Oh, God, no. I found it so funny. I was enjoying it.
I thought it was dumb.
I was laughing hard as fuck all through the movie.
No, I thought it was dumb and stupid. I'm like, oh, come on, Rob Zombie, you can do better than this. I'm expecting a horror. It's Rob Zombie. I'm expecting a horror twist to it, not a comedy
That's what I
twist.
liked about it.
It's the Monsters. It's not supposed to have a horror twist.
But it's Rob Zombie. It's supposed to have a horror twist to it.
Just
No,
no.
that's the best part about it is because it's Rob Zombie.
You're typecasting Rob Zombie's directorial style.
Yes, I am.
And like, I like it when directors do things out of their normal wheelhouse, like Rodriguez doing the freaking Spy Kids movies. I thought those were fun, and then I still go back and watch From Dusk Till Dawn.
It's like M. Night Shyamalan doing a Robin Williams movie. Come on, it's not right.
Okay, that right there, Dusk Till Dawn, that is the one I can't stand. And I'll tell you exactly why. I will tell you why. Because the entire advertisement was this was going to be about vampires, and they don't show up until the last, like, 20, 30 minutes of the fucking movie.
17 minutes, dude.
Yeah, 17. I was pissed.
Yeah, so was I. Great, was watching her dance on the table. That was nice, but come on, the vampire shit.
Yeah. Hey, Vile Mike, you want to see something funny here? I'm sharing something. Can you guess which one I am?
Player stats: top 10 deaths by. So, deaths by who?
No, I'm on the top there. My name's not Gorilla on Minecraft. I got almost 900 deaths there. The next highest is 93.
How do you die so often? It's Minecraft.
I go into caverns there, or I fall down. I've gotten a few deaths by the stalagmites.
He's going into abandoned mines. They're abandoned for a reason, Gorilla.
Never played Minecraft. I don't get it.
I've played Minecraft, but mostly with because of the kids.
Yeah. Well, I bought it for my kid.
Not into Minecraft. I can't get into it.
Well, I bought it for the kid, but he doesn't play it.
I just bought Star Wars Battlefront for $5. The whole entire package.
What'd you buy it on?
PlayStation.
Yeah.
I've not seen too many. I still haven't seen House of a Thousand Corpses. I've only seen Devil's Rejects.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I didn't like Devil's Rejects or any of that's the whole series. I think that's a little too. I don't know. I hate to say this. It's a little too dark for me.
I got to be honest. It is not my go-to area for horror movies. I do need to put my Halloween list together. But so I did watch that. My wife and I did watch that Hocus Pocus 2. I still need to do a review on that.
Spoilers. I haven't watched it yet. Spoilers.
Same here. I haven't watched it.
I haven't even watched the first one.
I'm gonna put it to you this way: the Sanders sisters are enjoyable, kind of like they used to be, but the new characters are just—they're not unlike. It's not that they're unlikable. It's just really there's nothing that makes them really stand out. There's no performance that is really very good for any of these actors. These it's basically the three main characters are these three female friends, and it's just the trope on why one of them isn't getting along with the other two is kind of, I feel, very like 1990s, not something that would really happen very often now in a school in 2022, high school in 2022. And they're just not very interesting. I agree with my wife. I don't blame the actors who were playing these roles as these girls. I blame the writing. I blame the writing because
I'll be honest with you. The first Hocus Pocus, the three hero characters, the cat, the boy, and the girlfriend, the love interest, all of them act like they're freaking cardboard planks. The only one that has any, feeling to them is the freaking little girl.
I don't know. I would disagree with that, but there is one thing I would also point out. The fact that is, I was 12 years old when the first movie came out. I did not go see it in theaters, and I finally figured out. I think I know why that movie freaking bombed at the theater. despite it being so popular all these years later and became a very big fixture, is because, I don't know, some moron at Disney thought it was a good idea to release a Halloween movie in July.
Yeah, to be honest, you're probably right. How you doing, Candor?
Hey guys, take off. I am going to go work on this video.
Alrighty,
Okay.
shoot me a link for it on Twitter or something.
Okay, Mike. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for being here, man.
See you,
Yeah,
Andy.
But yeah, I'm like, what's the rule about Halloween movies or movies that are based in Halloween and horror and stuff like that? You set them up no sooner than the weekend before October starts.
Well, no, there's always been two time periods we traditionally release Halloween or horror-themed movies. And that is in the late summer, early fall, and just after the new year for some reason. And I don't know why it's always been just after the new year, but that's just something that's always happened.
Yeah, but you don't release okay, you can release a horror movie during that time frame, but you don't release a Halloween themed movie in goddamn July.
All right, guys, I got to drop off here for a little bit. There, if you're still streaming when I get back, I'll top on.
Alrighty.
So yeah, I just I think that is probably what contributed to it.
Yeah, but Edward Scissorhands was released in December.
Yeah, but it also has a strong December vibe at the end.
Okay, well, the snow, yeah, that's true.
Now, one movie that I did watch recently, I might be the only one, but it's because when I saw the title, I'm like, I have to fucking watch this. I don't care. Shark Side of the Moon.
Shark Side of the Moon?
Yes, Shark Side of the Moon. Has anyone seen it or heard anything about it?
I heard of it.
Never heard of it.
It is like a quintessential, really bad B movie. I mean, the effects are atrocious.
Yeah, the opening sequence, Philip O'Reilly's in it.
Oh, he is? I didn't even know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's the movie that Philip O'Reilly's in the opening sequence of.
Hold on. I'm going to try to share.
Here's the image. Yeah, I'll share the image with you, the movie poster. Here it is right here. Damn it, wrong share screen button. Tab. Here it is. Here's the movie poster.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I definitely need to. Oh, yeah, it's been a few years. I need to watch this.
It is an awful movie. And it's definitely one of those movies where they came up with the name before they came up with the plot.
Basically, decades ago, the USSR developed unkillable sharks and launched them to the moon. Today, a team of American astronauts will endure the fight of their lives. That's the premise of the movie.
Yeah, it is schlocky. It is badly acted. The effects are horrible. The plot is nonsensical, and it is fun from beginning to end.
I'm going to have to watch this trailer now. I'll tell you one that's fun because you just got me thinking about it. And I haven't watched it in a couple of years, so I'm going to put this on my October to watch because I haven't seen it in a few years. One of my personal favorite, really bad movies, Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
No.
I love that movie. I absolutely love it.
That's almost as bad as Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Come on.
I've never seen that.
Talk about a dumb Halloween. Talk about a dumb movie.
Oh, no, man. Killer Clowns from Outer Space is the shit.
Oh, I may have told this story before, but when I was a teenager, we watched that movie with my, at the time, high school best friend, his girlfriend, her best friend who hated my guts.
Oh, don't you love those?
And the girlfriend's sister. And the funniest part about it was all three of the girls were highly afraid of had clownophobia or whatever it's called. And at one point, I had all three of the girls reaching across, grabbing my arm, and squeezing their nails into my arm at every single time the clowns were on the screen as like punishment for making them watch this film.
I know people that are so afraid of clowns, they will never shut up, Cap. They will never watch a movie with a clown in it. They're like, I asked one time when somebody, I was like, have you seen it? He goes, fuck no. Because I'm scared enough of clowns. I ain't doing that shit. I don't know how you pronounce that. Chlorophobia.
Claustrophobia, whatever.
All right.
Yeah.
And if you want to watch another really bad movie that basically turns sharks into the graboids from Tremors,
Tracy Lords. Oh my gosh.
Sharkensaw Women's Prison Massacre. Again, god awful movie. Enjoyed every minute of it.
Like I said, there are a lot of really bad movies out there that just for some reason, it depends on your flavor, but some people like a good bad movie.
I
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes is mine. There's no
Elvira.
I love Elvira.
The Killer Tomatoes. Which one, the cartoon or the movie?
The movie Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Well,
Okay.
The original Attack of the Killer Tomatoes has a special place in my heart because it was primarily filmed here in San Diego.
Hey, which one was George Clooney in?
Wasn't he in the second one, though?
I think he was. For those of you who don't know, folks, we are talking a very young George Clooney from a very old movie.
This was before he was on TV.
Oh, wasn't he on Facts of Life for like a while?
Yeah, he got his start.
Yeah.
He got his start.
Yeah,
on
he got
Facts
his
of
start
Life.
on there.
Yeah.
Yes. He was in Return of the Killer Tomatoes in 1988. So, yes, it was the second one.
Yeah. Now, do you consider?
I've never seen either one of them.
Do you consider Nightmare Before Christmas a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie?
Yes.
I consider it both.
Yes, I consider it both.
The Christmas
Okay.
Week. Hallowmas, right? Or a Christmas Week.
Oh, I was so proud of my son on Friday. He came in here and he asked me, he goes, Dad, can we watch Die Hard during Christmas time? I was like, give me a hug, son.
It's not a Christmas movie. It was filmed in July.
It's not a Christmas. It's not
Yes,
Christmas. It's
Hold
not
on.
Christmas.
I was going to say, Elihu, it was filmed in July, but it takes place in Los Angeles. It looks the same in Los Angeles, whether it's December or July.
That's true.
That is true. But like I say, it
Okay.
just ain't the time. It just ain't the Christmas season until Hans Gruber falls off of Nakatomi.
Yeah. And is it it's almost all filmed at night, almost, isn't it? Just about.
I think so, yeah.
I think pretty much
Yeah.
everything except the beginning.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah, the
it's
beginning
towards
is
the end of
not.
it. It's
Well, the
towards the
beginning
end of
and
the
the-
evening.
The beginning and the end is not, because you specifically see that it's daytime at the end. And at the beginning, you see specifically, that he parks the limo when it's still light. But otherwise, the whole movie takes place during the nighttime. You know?
Oh, I love the fun nitpick that comes up that somebody that actually was watching movies that made us on Netflix, and one of them was, of course, Die Hard. And they said, yeah, when they're walking out of the damn van, you don't see the ambulance, but somehow we get the ambulance out. And they said somebody that was brought up during the editing, they were like, nobody's going to notice. It's kind of like something similar I heard from Terminator 2, where James Cameron was like, they were talking about the scene where the truck comes off the bridge there, and he's like, we have him pulling out. It's like we see clearly that the windshield falls off, but then we have the scene where he pushes it out, and somebody was like, yeah, people said, they were like, yeah, nobody's going to pay attention to that. And he's like, he got so much flack for that when he re-released it, he made sure to get that part fixed.
the whole part about people aren't going to notice it only applies if it doesn't become a cult classic.
Probably. Well, I was
'Cause-
watching Arnold Schwarzenegger's talking about his greatest, some of his best roles, and do you know he actually argued with James Cameron about the "I'll be back"?
Yeah, I saw that interview.
That was so interesting because he was like, he came up there and said, "Well, I'm a robot. Wouldn't it make more sense for me to say I will be back?" And he's like, "Okay, look, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do some takes your way, some takes my way." But then at one point he told him, he's like, "I don't tell you how to act. Don't tell me how to write." And he just said, he goes, it's one of those things. He goes, and then all of a sudden, I'd be out in the street and people be like, "Do the line, do the line." He'd be like, "What line?" "Do the I'll be back line." He's like, "I'll be back." "No, no, no. Do it like the movie." And he's like, "I'll be back." And he's like, the reaction on people's faces was just unreal. And then he says things like, he's like, it seems to be my accent. He pretty much puts it to, it's his accent, the way he says it. Like he mentioned, like it's not a tumor. And then he didn't mention this one, but it's another line we all know. "Get to the chopper."
I like how he said, "I'll be back," in Running Man better.
Who is your daddy and what does he
What
do?
does he do? Who's
Hey,
your daddy? And what is he?
I like Kindergarten Cop a lot. That's a really good
That
movie
was
that
outside the box for him. I thought that was amazing.
yeah. I mean, I like that. I
Well,
like
That Christmas movie was outside the box for him with Tom
what's
Arnold.
the other one?
Jingle All the Way?
Twin. I like
Yeah,
Twins
that's it.
with Danny DeVito. I do like
I love,
Twins.
I love twins.
Yeah.
You're a virgin.
I mean,
That's personal. A 240-pound virgin. He's like, "Were you nervous your first time?" "I was 14. She was a nun. Talk about pressure." Danny DeVito really, I think that, talking about that movie Twins, I really think Arnold Schwarzenegger was feeding off of Danny DeVito's comedy abilities because
I think he
he's
was.
playing he's playing, he's more of the straight man. He's not really the comedy guy. And he kind of, is loosening up throughout the, you kind of see him loosening up. Like he was kind of going with DeVito's vibe from it and probably feeding off of that energy he has because he's done those kind of roles before.
That's kind of like what Dwayne was doing with Chris in Central Intelligence. He was feeding off of Chris Rock's comedy.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. Is that any good?
If you actually want to know what Dwayne was like in real life without acting, watch Central Intelligence. He's basically being himself, but reading lines. He's a candy-ass motherfucker. He's supposed to be one of the most nicest guys in the wrestling community, acting community. He's nice, friendly. That's supposed to be actually him in the movie, but reading lines. So I love that movie. I love that perception of him.
I will say that when it comes to Rock, the two best movies I will say I've seen him in so far have honestly been the Jumanji movies. I've actually very much enjoyed the stuff in those two movies.
I like the first one better than the second Jumanji.
Are you talking about the one with Robin Williams, or are you talking about the first Rock one?
The Rock one, the remake.
Well, it's
not
not
a remake. It's a continuation. It's not a remake.
Okay. Continuation.
It's a sequel. There's three. Well, they even did a scene in there where they're in the game and he's like, they make a reference to Alan and they make a reference to Alan being there. And he's like, "This is his place. I'm just living." They don't know what happened to that guy. But I thought it was really, I found it hilarious. I found it great. I especially like in the second one where they actually for a while went into different avatars and they had to act a certain way.
Okay, yeah. When he was acting like the old man, yeah.
I did quite enjoy that stuff. And I will admit Kevin Hart is very funny.
Yes.
Really? I think he's the weakest one there. I don't find a lot of his humor and acting funny. It's just yelling.
Him and Dwayne play off each other like Jackie Chan and Chris
Tucker.
Tucker, yeah. They play off each other. It's a perfect comedy duo.
I would agree
I
with
don't
that.
know.
Don't you ever touch it? Yeah. Don't you ever touch a black man's radio. This is not a democracy. Yes, it is.
Maybe I'm just the odd man out, but I don't find a lot of Kevin Hart stuff funny. I don't find his comedy specials funny. It just, I don't know. It's like just below the bar.
His
If that makes sense.
timing and his delivery is perfect when he does his stand-up. Especially when he even does his acting. His timing. It's just perfect.
No, I would say that's the exact opposite. I'd say his timing is a half second behind.
Well, everybody has. The whole thing is, and I say this all the time. Comedy is both subjective and very personal to people. There are so many comedians out there that I cannot find funny. That the comedians I grew up on are what I generally enjoy. Some of these newer ones I can't handle, but because they're just not funny in my opinion. But you got guys like Dave Chappelle, who I think is just, for about 95% of his material, I find hilarious as hell. With about 5% where I'm kind of like, no.
And
You
so
guys ever heard of the Pine Sol lady?
Dave Chappelle, I'm the exact opposite. I find only 5% of his comedy funny, and I find 95% of it very cringeworthy. But like someone like Richard Pryor or George Carlin, I fucking love.
I love that. I love that SNL skit with him and Chevy Chase. Dead honky. Okay, thanks, honey. I'll get some in a few minutes.
Chevy Chase is another one that is very hit and miss with me.
Yeah.
One guy I cannot stand. I don't like any movie he has been in. Is Ben Stiller. I do not think he is funny at all.
Yeah, Ben Stiller is one of those ones where I think he's a better actor than he is a comedic actor, if that makes sense.
I don't know. I've never seen him do anything other than comedy, and I've been like, okay, I'm gonna, this is an unpopular opinion in some circles. I fucking hate Something About Mary.
I loved Something About Mary.
I loved Something About Mary.
Oh, I hate that movie.
That was funny as shit.
No, I finished that movie and I'm like, I am never watching this fucking thing again. I never have. The only thing that I found funny in that was Chris Elliott.
Okay, he's annoying as fuck.
Yes, but I'm used to his annoying. I'm used to his annoying personality and humor. I remember him all the way back on it when he had a TV show for like 2 seasons, where he was a grown-ass man who still had a paper route.
It was on UPN network, I believe.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't like about it was I couldn't stand the fact that they had that one band that does Stand in the Place Where You Work. Now, I don't remember the name of the band, but
REM.
I can't stand REM.
Yeah, I don't know some of their stuff, but we'll stick to comedy for a second. And one of the other comedians that that is more miss than hit for me, and my generation has actually gotten mad at me. Like when I said this at a bar once, they almost wanted to kick me out of the bar. Sam Kinison.
Oh!
I love Sam Kinison. Said, I know he is a very niche comedian. Or he was.
To me, most of his comedy was just yelling and being loud, and it didn't seem funny to me.
It worked for me. I love a lot of his skits, especially his skit about the desert. So I went on one of these, feed the third world countries to feed them. And I get there and it's kind of like, we drove 2 hours over there and it's kind of like, hey, y'all, how about you move to where the food is? He's like, you see this? It's sand. Do you know what it's going to be in 100 years? Fucking sand! See, I liked how he did that because he would inflected at certain times, and it worked for him. But I know a lot of people that was a problem for them. So I can't give you a shit for that one.
Well, like for that whole bit, I wanted to find it funny, but to me, it just seems like he's punching down. And I think comedy should be punching up, not punching down.
Yeah, like George Carlin used to do.
Yeah, George Carlin was the quintessential punching up comedian.
Yeah,
George Carlin.
He even said in front of Congress, I don't tell jokes, I tell a story. If somebody finds it funny, they find it funny. They don't, they don't.
George Carlin had something for everyone because nobody was off limits to him.
Oh, I know.
Well, one of his entire bits is about rape. But what he's joking about is not rape victims. He's joking about a scenario where rape would be funny. That's the difference.
Well, he had one time where he did one where he's like, you know, they say, what about the children? What about the children? You know what I say? Fuck the children. Oh, wait a minute. He's not going to attack children. Yes, I am.
Well, again, he's not
Nobody's
really attacking. He says that, but he's not really attacking the children per se. He's attacking the adult perception of children.
Yes. But
that's what makes it funny.
But he had this amazing ability. He had the idea of how we should do prisons, and his idea of the death penalty. He's like, I'll tell you what, if we're going to do the death penalty, let's liven it up. He's like, let's do it at halftime during a Sunday football game. Don't you hear Dan? You know, we could do a crucifixion. It could be, we can get sponsors for this shit. And he's like, you can have it. Join us for the halftime evangelical send us an offering, praise Jesus human bonfire. It's like, we bring back crucifixions. He's like, don't you want to hear Dan Deerdorf explain why the nails have to go in at a certain angle? He's like, you got people who don't even watch football would tune in for this shit.
Well, the funniest... Okay, hold on. I got to tell you, the funniest part about that bit is George Carlin in real life is also was staunchly capital punishment.
But he's like, hey, if we're going to do it, let's liven it up.
That's part of the joke, and that's why I can appreciate it.
He's also Catholic, but he always made fun of the Catholic Church.
Oh, yeah.
Constantly.
I was Catholic till I reached the age of reason. I remember that. But yeah, that whole skit where he's talking about, oh, let's bring back beheadings. In fact, let's even have fun with it. Let's get it high up, and then let's let it roll down and let people gamble on which barrel the head's going to go in.
But yeah, if you notice, though, when he's making those types of jokes, he's not like pointing out specific criminals or, that type of stuff. He's joking about the actual institution of capital punishment. That's how he's punching up. He's not punching down saying, oh, it should be all these drug dealers. I was like, no. That's not what he's talking about.
He's talking about the act of the capital punishment itself, not the crime, the reason why the person's there, but the act of it.
Yes, and that's why I appreciate his type of comedy.
Or like when he said, what about boiling in oil? Oh, there's one. Get a nice hot, high-rising boil. Sponsor? Crisco! Oh, the one he did about child predators was so funny, too.
Oh. I don't know a single person that doesn't seem to like George Carlin, even though if they might highly disagree with some of the stuff, his politics, but even the people that disagree with his politics still seem to find him funny. And
I used to watch the show.
Yeah, I remember his show back in the day. Another funny one was when he said something along the lines of, oh, you want to have some entertainment? How about get a pedophile, throw some gravy on him, and put him in a room with a Wolverine high on angel dust?
Sorry, I was looking up something.
His comedy was just always fun. Dennis Leary was another one I quite enjoy.
Yeah, Dennis Leary is another one I can enjoy a large portion of the time, despite the fact that I disagree with a large portion of his politics.
Yeah.
Jeff Foxworthy, Larry the Cable Guy, in fact, all those guys at the Blue Comedy Tour. The only one politically I agreed with is freaking Ron White, and I still find all of them funny.
Tater. Tater.
Yeah, Ron White. He's the one who always comes out with a cigar and a
scotch,
or something, right? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Except for one special that I saw where they wouldn't allow him to drink on stage, and he was like, "I gotta fucking drink water."
I can see that. One guy I particularly love, and I remember when he was early in his career, showing up on some. Remember when we used to have like a comedy hour show where they just bring in the stand-up comedian starting out, kind of thing.
Star Search.
Nah, not that one. There was something else, but there was when I first saw Jeff Dunham and he brought out Peanuts. I just lost my shit. It was so goddamn fun. I've actually seen him. My wife and I saw him live when we were in Tampa, Florida. We went on a date to go watch him. I was laughing so fucking hard, the back of my head was hurting.
Did you even understand Ahmed?
Now,
silence.
I will say that Jeff Dunham, I find, is a much better comedian than he is ventriloquist. Because I know I've seen a lot of ventriloquists who are a lot better at it than him, but he is funnier. So I give him a pass.
Yeah, he's admitted the hardest part is the comedy part. He says, I'm good with the puppets, but he goes, the comedy skit is really where I work on. And he says, I've had a long time to, do my routine. Like, Walter's hilarious. I remember when he first introduced Ahmed. And Ahmed really became just one of the most loved characters he brings out. Everybody loves Ahmed the Dead Terrorist.
And the reason I think Ahmed works is, again, it's the whole punching up versus punching down. He's not punching down onto Islam in general, or even punching up on Islam in general. He's specifically targeting the idiot terrorists who take things to the extreme, and that's why Ahmed.
Yes, I would.
That's why even Muslim countries love Ahmed, except for the government.
It's like, what kind of terrorist are you? I am a suicide bomber. Did you go to school for that? Yes. Was it a good school? It was. What happened? New guy. The idiot tried to practice. Because what did you learn? What did you learn at the suicide bomber school? Location, location, location. But yeah, he has he doesn't bring out Sweet Daddy P a whole much anymore. But I love that when he goes, "I'm a personnel and management position." He goes, "Pimp, you're a pimp. You." He goes, do you do this stuff? Yeah. Do you get paid? Yes. You the hoe. Well, I don't do it for the money. You the dumb hoe. Almost like he's kind of some of those times I almost feel like he's kind of trying to put a little Richard Pryor into it.
I can definitely see that with him, with that specific puppet, but
yeah, with Sweet Daddy P.
Now, I got to see Terry Fader in Vegas a while back. And if you want to see a not necessarily funnier ventriloquist, Terry Fader is a much better ventriloquist than Jeff Dunham can even hope to be.
Sorry,
what's another? I saw one where it was Ahmed and his son. He's like, "How's mom? She's fine." You don't know who his mom is? There's 70 of them. Mother's Day is a bitch.
Let's see.
Hey,
Oh, his
positive candor.
his opening
Check
was
your
actually.
Hang on, hey guys. Positive candor. Check your DM on Twitter.
Are you trying to slide into his DMs, Elihu?
No, I'm trying to tell him to check his DMs because there's a group message for tonight's show. Name that tune. So check your DMs, dude.
On what thing?
Twitter. Name that tune. Group message.
Oh, okay, name that tune. Because I'm like, I know there's something I'm doing with Chris, but I can't remember exactly what.
Leave what you guys do in the basement in his dungeon. Not in public, please, okay? I don't want to know what you guys do in this dungeon. I already heard what Han did, but I don't want to hear what you do.
Well, let's just say he doesn't have a safe word.
Oh, my safe word is more. Sometimes I switch it up to stop, but hey.
All right, who can still
Let's
use
see,
one of these?
What?
What else have I watched?
Hey, Vile Mike, I did a share screen. I want to see if anybody still knows how to use one of these.
Is it a rotary phone? Oh, bowling sheet score? Yeah, I do. I know how to do math.
No, unfortunately, no. I'm reliant on the machines.
I remember
And
those days.
you got to understand, the last time I went bowling, I specifically donated blood beforehand, so I'd have an excuse as to why I suck so
What were
bad.
you thinking?
Oh, dude.
And
That's like a Dr.
I rolled
Phil moment
exactly a
right there.
69.
That is literally a Dr. Phil moment. What were you thinking?
I did it on purpose, so I'd have an excuse as to why I sucked. I am not a great bowler. I suck horribly.
Speaking of sucking, have you seen Interview with the Vampire yet?
You mean the original?
No, the
out?
new one. The new one, AMC, episode 2 dropped last night.
No, I have not seen it. I didn't know they even
heard
did a
anybody
remake.
talk about it.
Oh, yeah, AMC, Interview with the Vampire. It's a new telling of the Anne Rice story. It's episode 1 was well done. Like I was reading the book. I'm like, holy shit, this is better than the original. It was well done. I haven't seen episode 2 yet. I was going to watch that this afternoon, so there's no weekly wrap up. But I'm looking forward to this series. It's really well told.
I'll take your word for it. I have pretty much no interest in it. Anne Rice kind of lost all respect. I lost all respect for Anne Rice a long time ago.
Yeah, but she did throw a good Halloween party.
No, that's funny.
Yeah, this show is actually well done. It's like you're reading the book on screen. Unlike the movie, the original movie with Tom Cruise, it's an adaptation of the book. This was like the book on screen. Like, holy shit, this is actually good. So if you're actually a fan of the actual book, then you might enjoy this show.
Never read Anne Rice. Tried to a couple of times. Not my area. Not my stuff.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, honestly, other than like Bram Stoker's Dracula or like Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, I don't read a lot of horror books unless they're like suspense. Like if it's an Alfred Hitchcock psychological thriller, yes, I'll read that. That's one of the reasons I read a shit ton of Stephen King back in the 90s. But he was pretty much it for horror for me to read.
See,
too bad I hate everything about his personal views on almost everything.
Well, see, that's funny because I'm the exact opposite. I hate his writing. I think his books are trash, and I completely agree with most of his political leanings.
Of course you.
I cannot stand James Woods. I cannot stand James Woods. I think he's a personal fucking asshole prick, but I love anything he's in because he's one hell of an actor.
That
Yeah.
I will agree with. And the thing is, I agree with most of his political views. See, this is but that is a key thing that is getting very hard. I don't understand this this Gen Z, the latter part of the millennials. Oh, I'm not watching this person. I'm not gonna watch this actor anymore because they have these views. I'm like, so fucking what?
He's
I
one
can't
hell of a
stand
fucking
Robert.
actor.
It depends
I
on their
can't
views.
fucking. Yeah, okay, obviously, but you get where I'm going there. I'm
Okay,
talking
like,
about political views.
Yeah,
well,
the guy's an
I am talking
actor.
about political views. James
doing-
Woods, like we just talked about, I will still watch something he is in, even if I disagree with him politically.
Yeah, he's
Kevin
playing
Sorbo, on the
he's playing
other
a
hand,
character.
I can't even enjoy the stuff I used to enjoy with him in it because of his political views.
They're playing a character.
I'll
They're not themselves on screen. So that's why I can actually stand watching James Woods in a movie or Kevin Sorbo on Andromeda. But if he's actually doing a political speech or interview, I'm like, fuck this asshole. He's playing Kevin Sorbo, playing himself. I don't want to hear this shit.
I can't even rewatch Andromeda anymore because of Kevin Sorbo. I can't enjoy it because the way he has presented himself, you cannot differentiate between his acting anymore and him.
Yes, I can.
Considering his political views spilled into Andromeda at the end because he literally told the producers, "Look, I'm the main character. I like this story arc. Put it in for me because that's what I want." He literally made them write his character as Space Jesus because that's how he sees himself.
Well, he does a lot now of a lot of the stuff he does now, kind of similar with Dean Cain, is they're doing Kevin Sorbo, he does a lot of Pure Flix stuff. Several of them I quite enjoy because I do have a Pure Flix account because I am
Really? He claims
I'm into those kind of things. Well, I get so annoyed. It was like when I saw, okay, for example, when God's Not Dead came out in theater, people were like, oh, this is just some religious, conservative kind of movie. It's only going to appeal to them. I said, yeah, probably. I'm like,
that's the whole point
they're
of
making
to appeal to them.
Yeah, I was like, that is the point of it. It was
and
meant, to quote Brie Larson, it wasn't made for you.
Yeah, and to be honest, I did watch it only because I listened to a podcast who they reviewed it, and they reviewed it to make fun of it, and I wanted to have the full experience, so I watched the movie. Even his portrayal of what's his character's name, Saul Goodman, or not Saul Goodman, Saul Harkness, or something like that. But his entire thing is a parody of what an actual atheist is, taken but it's what he personally believes atheists are, and that's what's freaking disgusting about it to me. Because he does.
Hey guys,
what?
So dogs.
Oh, today is the 1-year anniversary of the "Let's Go Brandon" phrase being coined.
Oh yay!
Sorry, I'm not trying to push that. I just thought that was interesting that somebody actually took the time to remember that.
Oh, you mean a year ago somebody was too chicken shit to say "fuck Joe Biden"? Wow.
No, it wasn't
no,
even that.
You don't know the story behind this.
I know the story.
That is not how it
race car.
happened,
I know the story behind the race car driver thing. Yeah, I know that. I know the fucking stupid little trope.
That's where it happened.
That
is where it happened.
It was actually people saying "fuck Joe Biden," and it was the reporter that misheard it.
The reporter is the one who said, "Let's go, Brandon." Now, I don't know if she legitimately did not tell what they could say, or she was just trying to deflect from it, but it just became a fucking thing that just everybody on my side fucking loves.
And
we
to be honest,
just absolutely love it.
I've always thought it was kind of stupid because it's like, if you're gonna say it, just say "fuck Joe Biden." Don't say "let's go, Brandon." It's like, oh, you think you're really that clever?
No. I disagree because I'm not going to walk around in a shirt. I don't walk around in shirts that say profanity on them.
People
So,
walk
'cause
around
I
San
still
Francisco
have-
say
I
fuck
have a-
Trump. Come on.
Huh? I
People
don't
say-
say that though, but I don't like, it's just not my thing. I think it's more fun to say the euphemism of it because everybody knows what the fuck it means, and that's half the fun of it.
That's
But
not
getting
me.
back to what I was saying about,
To me, that's
go ahead.
obfuscating the actual language. I mean, it's like trying to be clever without being clever, and to me, I don't find that fun.
It's like walking around with a t-shirt that says "Tuck
Oh
Trump."
yeah, but Ultra MAGA was so good.
What?
Yes, but Ultra MAGA was so original.
What's Ultra MAGA?
I don't know, something Biden said, something that they were trying to coin that just all we did was, okay, it's like Hillary Clinton. Whatever you call us, we're probably just going to own it and have fun with it. Like when Hillary Clinton mentioned the basket of deplorables, I went looking for coffee mugs, found one that said, "I'm the deplorable Hillary warned you about." I also love it because I had somebody the other day, they're like, "You're a freaking threat to democracy." I said, "No shit, I'm a threat to democracy because I swore no to a constitution that specifically states in there a Republican form of government. We are a republic.
We are a democratic,
anyway,
elected Republican government.
We are a constitutional representative republic.
Yes, but how are those representatives elected?
Yes,
Minus the
there's
president.
no, okay. I
Minus
know
the
where you're
president.
going with this. Yes, we have yes, we do use some democratic processes. Yes, we do.
Yes.
But there is still a difference between a democracy and a republic. Yes, a republic has democratic processes in it. I'm not denying that.
Well, our system has democratic processes to it. Not all republics have a democratic process to them.
What are you saying? The People's Republic of China doesn't have one? Are you saying the Democratic Republic of Korea doesn't have one?
No.
Are you saying the Republic of the Congo doesn't have one?
No, not even Cuba.
Yeah.
What
Maybe
is
Cuba.
Cuba's full People's Republic of Cuba?
I think so, but let me check.
Because, okay, for example, you got China, which is the People's Republic of China, and then you have Taiwan, which their official government is the Republic of China.
Yeah, it is officially the Republic of Cuba.
And somehow I think these guys misunderstood the term republic. Then again, so one thing I was saying though, getting back to what I was saying before we got into this, is okay, I can't stand Robert De Niro's politics, but I also cannot deny he was a fucking amazing actor.
Yes.
Oh, one of the things I've said multiple times is I think Johnny Depp as a human being is absolute trash.
I agree.
I'm not going to get into the Amber Heard stuff. I'm talking about even before all that stuff happened. I thought he, as a human being, is garbage. But as an actor, he is one of the fucking best actors I've ever seen.
I will agree with you. It's like my wife was following the Amber Heard Johnny trial. And I was just like, I don't care. I think he's a piece of shit as a human being. Yes, he's a good actor. Well, let's be honest. There's a reason why they said don't meet your fucking heroes, which I always find funny because I haven't met my heroes yet. I've never met Luke Skywalker. I've never met the Joker.
I've met Buzz Aldrin.
I have met Mark Hamill. And trust me, I do not agree with him on a lot of fucking shit.
Hey, I met Buzz Aldrin. I was a kid. I was ecstatic. I met my hero.
Oh shit! Somebody called out Mark.
I wish I could meet those two.
Somebody called out Mark Hamill today, and he's like, yeah, I screwed up." He had a picture of like a Star Destroyer with like the Russian colors, and then just a lone X-wing with the Ukraine colors. Which I'm going to be honest, I thought the artwork looked really nice. And then he basically typed in, "May the force be with you," but people were like, "Why'd you do it in Polish?" And he flat out admitted, "I use the government." He's like, "I use the government." He's like, I used Google Translator, and I guess basically saying, I guess I can't tell the difference between Polish and Ukrainian. And
Hey,
like,
at least he met it. It's like, oops, sorry guys.
yeah, he did. And that's
Yeah.
why I was going to give him shit about it. And then I initially did. And then I deleted the tweet a few seconds later because I saw, okay, he's owning up to it. I will give him that.
Yeah, he didn't delete it and retweet it. It's like, no, I messed up, guys. Hey, this is what happened. Yeah.
And he admitted he messed up. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm like, if you just admit it and don't try to be a dick about it, I'm going to let it go.
And then there were
Because if
certain
I'm not
things
mistaken,
like,
I mean,
like I'll give you an example of something. Richard Dawkins is one of my heroes when it comes to the act of biology,
okay.
or when it comes to the subject matter of biology, and to a lesser extent, atheism. Almost any other of his political views, I might think he's a fucking dumbass. But on those two subjects, I will concede his greater knowledge and eloquence.
So I
So
keep seeing.
So yeah, there are areas where I'm like, I will, Johnny Depp. If you want to talk about American politics, go ahead and fuck off. I don't, but if you're gonna talk about Pirates of the Caribbean and acting in general, I will listen to you because I think you've got the greater experience and knowledge base than I do.
When I went upstream.
I'm going to get going. I'll catch you guys later.
All right,
Okay,
sorry
so-
we didn't involve you too much, Gandor. Appreciate you being here though.
I might see you again
All right,
tonight. The
no
show's
problem.
on.
Yeah, I got you.
So, yeah, I mean,
But like,
the whole thing is you got to get away
there are a
from.
number of people.
Yeah, and then you got some
and one of
people
the things
like I met. It's like I met that
go ahead.
the kid. I met the kid who played Carl from The Walking Dead. I got to tell you, right now at this current stage, this kid is absolutely very nice.
No idea who you're talking about.
The guy who played
Yeah, I kind
Carl
of
from The Walking Dead.
but I know the actor you're talking about, but I don't know his name.
Like I said, no idea.
Oh,
who
I
you're
don't know
talking
his name
about.
off the top of my head either. But I thought he was, he's very nice at his. He's very nice at his panel and everything.
If you're talking about, I'll go back a little bit. One of the things about Mark Hamill that I'm really enjoying right now, though, are his Jack in the Box commercials.
I haven't seen any of them.
Because go look some of them up. I think they're incredibly funny. They are very tongue-in-cheek. And I appreciate them both as a Mark Hamill fan, as a Jack in the Box fan, and as someone who used to work at Jack in the Box. Who was also fired by Jack in the Box for a very stupid, just like Mark Hamill.
Wait a minute, let me see.
Oh God, I didn't know. I didn't know. Robin Williams said this. That is funny as fuck. If he really did.
French toast sticks with Mark Hamill.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I like this. I wonder if Robin Williams really said this. Politicians should wear sponsored jackets like NASCAR drivers. Then we know who owns them.
Yes, he did say that.
Yeah, I think.
Oh God, no! I'm not watching that movie.
Stand-up specials.
There is no way I'm watching Poltergeist. That is one movie you will not get me to ever watch again, unless I'm really, really feeling desperate. The movie scared the shit out of me as a kid. I am still terrified of that movie.
I will say there has only been one movie that has ever given me nightmares, and that was White Chicks.
I didn't even watch that. I was never gonna watch
And
that.
the part that freaked me out was when Terry Crews
Oh.
was singing in his car to Marlon and Damon Wayans, or it's Marlon and what's the other Wayans?
Damon?
Was it Damon Wayans?
I believe it was Damon and Marlon.
Dressed as white chicks and hitting on them. Because I am sorry, that freaked me the fuck out. That scene, I can't. God, it literally. I don't know what about it. It just. It wasn't funny to me. It was horrifying.
I need more coffee. I'll be right back.
It's 1 o'clock here. I'm having a beer. Yeah. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Damn, it's only 1 o'clock. Man. I think I'll heat up that spaghetti and eat it around 1:30.
Oh, I'm back.
Let's see.
I'm gonna go Georgia.
I'm gonna see if I can bring up one of the commercials for you.
Oh, by the way, I found Mark Hamill in the drive-thru, and I also found Cinema Sins. Everything wrong with Mark Hamill at the drive-thru. And there's also French toast. What else? Why the hell do I keep on getting these pop-up ads for the Emerald Cave Tour? I already took that thing. Damn it. I'm getting pop-up ads for Emerald Tour and Emerald Cave Tour and Grand Canyon. I already did that shit. Come on. Stop with these damn pop-up ads.
I haven't been to Cinema Sins in a long time.
Uh-oh. Who said the P word 3 times?
I did not. It was not me. There you go. In the private chat. There's a link for you video, dude.
Going on, guys? What's going on? Hey, I don't know if I'm going to be able to stay on long because it looks like YouTube is removing me from the platform. So I might.
He's been running music videos.
I don't know if he's joking or not, but that's still funny as heck.
I don't know.
That could be him screwing around. That would definitely be his style.
I'll put the link in the private chat for the drive-thru video. Or the French toast.
Oh, no, I got it up. I'm just trying to get it in the way where it's not going to show too much. So hold on a sec. There we go.
That was Did it say it was once fired from Jack in the Box?
Can I get the French toast sticks?
French toast sticks, yummy. Please pull forward. Here's your order. Thank you for choosing Jack in the Box. Anybody ever tell you look like a movie star?
Oh, I never heard that before.
I have grown up with
Do a selfie.
Here you go.
Oh, it's a long story. I worked as a teenager. I finally got to work the window. And I thought, instead of just saying, can I take your order, my regular boy, I give you a job. They didn't like it at all. All these years later, he called me up and said, you want to come back? Second chance? Sure, I'll take it.
Shut up.
Now I'm back, baby.
It's awesome.
There I was. Strung up in a harness. And they break for lunch. All right.
You must have talked to everybody for so long. Thanks, Mark Hamill.
Come again. Okay. You forgot your napkin.
Oh, well. She'll be back. Well, that's a twice-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So you're coming back tomorrow? Nah, I'm good.
Nice.
But
okay, hey guys, hey Mike, Elihu, I'm gonna take off, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get some stuff done and eat some lunch.
Okay, dude. I'm hungry myself. I haven't eaten breakfast yet.
right. Hold on.
And he just left. Wow.
Well, he said he was heading out.
Oh, yeah.
one of the reasons I can really appreciate that that specific commercial is when I worked for Jack in the Box, when I was working, the late night shift, because it was a 24-hour Jack in the Box, one of the things we would do is we would chip in and buy somebody their dinner. And if they noticed what we were doing, and what we would do is at the drive-thru, we would go, considering this is a Jack in the Box, we'd say, "Oh, welcome to Wendy's, welcome to Taco Bell, welcome to Burger King," and we would say anything other than Jack in the Box. And the first customer that noticed what we were saying, we would buy them dinner. And you'd be amazed. We would go hours before someone would notice. Sometimes we would even go like, welcome to Burger King, home of the Big Mac. Would you like to order, a Frosty Cheeto or something like that? And it was just really funny that and nobody would notice. But yeah, like Mark Hamill, I got fired from Jack in the Box for a very stupid reason. Basically, I was a teenager. I started working when I was 15. I was working up until I was almost 17. But I got fired because one of my coworkers had a very controlling and paranoid boyfriend. And for some reason, he got it in his head that his 22-year-old girlfriend was cheating on him with a 16-year-old high school student. And I didn't realize it was him. I was working the front counter. He comes up to me, and I said, "Hey, can I take your order?" And he punches me across the counter. Now, I didn't hit him back. All I said was basically, what the fuck, dude? And he just, I'm going to kick your ass. I'm going to, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. But being punched by a customer constituted in their book as having a fight, having a physical altercation with a customer. And that is an automatic firing.
Just because the customer hit you,
because
you didn't hit the customer.
Because I quote, got into a fight with a fist fight with a customer. And I was like, well, I didn't punch him back. Like, it doesn't matter. That's a fist fight with a customer. You're automatically fired.
Jeez.
So, but yeah, I can appreciate him also being fired for a very stupid reason.
I gotta eat. I am hungry.
All right. Well, in that case, I guess I can go ahead and end the stream now.
It's been 2 hours.
Yeah, it's been 2 hours. Plus, I'm basically out of coffee. So, all right. I'll see you guys next week. Maybe during the week, I'll try to do something else, but we'll see. I guess I'll just end it with later, folkses.
Later, weirdos.